Live from the historic Ham Building in St. Paul, it's the Haberdasher's Couch. I'm Kendrick, inviting you to the show, starring Heimie and Dorsett, featuring Todd Walker, also featuring Amy Charlo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Heimie.
Happy Friday. Welcome to another show of the Haberdasher's Couch, where you don't have to pay somebody to listen to you. Keith, it's Friday again. Fashion Friday always at the Haberdashery. And you're out on the floor and you're showing Design by Dorsett. We talked about that this morning. I'm so excited because we talk about it quite often on the show. But we're going to get your collection off the ground. You get to come in and see his designs and what he creates. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Are you going to do some linens? What are you going to do?
Not linens. We're still playing with the colors. There's a color scheme.
Yeah.
Well, and the details. We were talking about the details. We want to have a modern classic, right? So fabric on fabric elbow patches on a suit that
Right.
I think so someone can transition that suit into a suit jacket. Sure.
Kind of like how I'm dressed today.
Yes, yes. So I'm just focusing a lot on the details, the small little details.
Because you are the guru, right, of clothing, the guy that we climb the mountain and sit with, talk about our fashion perspective. What gives you that perspective when you start putting together a collection? What do you want to do with that collection?
You know, longevity for one thing. You think about longevity and really just kind of talking to other people, reading, seeing, going, traveling,
Mixing and matching.
traveling.
Traveling.
And I think we've talked about perspective. We've had a perspective, both of us, for quite some time, and so now it's coming to fruition, right? We're really so. Though I'm still working off the foundation that we've talked about and we've built. You know, we've built a solid foundation. So you know, we're kind of using some of those as
So I'd like to say, the skinny jeans that guys are wearing now. You know, I like to say that I like a skinny jean, but what?
You're gonna rock a skinny jean?
But I just can't get into them. You know, I can't. Yeah, I can't get into them. You know, Keith, that reminds me. I tell you. So, do you have a pet?
No, I don't.
The craziest thing is when you have a pet, you got to take care of them. And my dog's gained a lot of weight, so I took her to the vet the other day, and I'm sitting in this kind of old-fashioned pet, veterinarian office, and I've been seeing this lady for years, right? And this lady comes in, and she's got something rolled up in a blanket, and I'm like, okay, either that thing is dead or it's dying, right? So I'm sitting there, they leave the door open, I can see through the office, and she unrolls this thing, and it's a freaking duck. It's a duck, and she starts sobbing. She says the veterinarian's taking the pulse, and he's listening to his stethoscope, and he's like, ma'am, your freaking duck is dead, and she cries. She's like, I don't believe that my duck is dead. Right? And so I'm listening to this thing, and I got my dog sitting here, whatever, and he goes, I'll be right back. So the veterinarian goes out and grabs his black lab, and he comes in, the black lab jumps up on the table and sniffs the duck. The duck doesn't move. Ma'am, your duck is dead, right? And she's like, I want another opinion. I don't think you're right. He was alive this morning, right? Comes back out and brings a cat in. Cat puts it on the table, sniffs the duck. Ma'am, your duck is dead, right? And she will not listen to this veterinarian, right? So finally she said, okay, the duck's dead. She comes out, she's going to pay the bill. She gets up to the counter, and they say $150. And she's like, what's the $150 for? My duck is dead. And the veterinarian comes out and said, look, if you would have just listened to me that your duck was dead, it would have cost you $20. But because we did a lab report and a CAT scan, it's $150. So short, folks. That's my story. That's what happened to me. Keith, Fashion Fridays are always wonderful, and I'll be get that. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the show.
It's Todd About Town, Todd Walker, entertainment, travel, and more. Hey Todd, what's new?
Happy Friday and welcome to another show of the Haberdasher's Couch, where you don't have to pay somebody to listen to you. And I tell you, I had Todd Walker, Todd About Town, on last week, and he gave us a whole list of events that he went to. I want to follow up with you and see what the Sound of Blackness was like.
Well, if you've never heard the Sounds of Blackness, the music is unbelievable. Jamisia Bennett, you might be familiar with her. She's been a performer in the Twin Cities and beyond for many, many years.
Right.
She also, her daughter was Paris Bennett, who was one of the finalists on American Idol.
Yeah.
So definitely a family of well-trained vocalists. So she was, I'd say, one of the standout leads.
Right.
It's just such a great show. Sounds of Blackness just does an amazing job. If you get a chance to see them throughout the Twin Cities, definitely go check it out. I mean, they've been performing around the Twin Cities for years. I think like 30 plus years.
Glad you had a chance to make it. And Todd, so I'm sure you went home and we call, what I want to call now from now on is post-dress. Not distressed, but post-dressed.
Okay.
And you have some tips on how to store your belt.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to save that.
You're going to save
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Okay, so he's
I've got a little trick up my sleeve here.
There's a hidden haberdasher in everyone, just believe me, folks. And so now you got a whole nother grouping of things for us to do this next couple weeks.
Yeah, well, this is actually, I tried to kind of keep it focused on, in the upcoming weeks, but some of these things are happening like right now, right this weekend as well. But yes, it goes through the next couple
And
weeks.
isn't a shanty maybe a term that was used to describe a man-made structure or dwelling with found object materials?
Wow, that's impressive. You must have looked up the definition of shanty right before the show.
I didn't. It was my word calendar.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well,
what is this shanty? What is this? What is this shanty?
Okay, so our shanty project has been happening throughout Minneapolis and St. Paul and beyond. It's been on White Bear Lake. And what they do is these different artists collaborate together and they build these amazing creative shanties, and you go and take a look at them, and there's different things you can do inside the houses. They have different art projects, music that's playing, and it's just fascinating to see what these artists come up with. But this year it's at Lake Harriet, and I say at Lake Harriet because traditionally it's always on the lake.
Right.
And you march out onto the lake, and this year they just announced that they're moving it to the shores because of the conditions on the lake. So if you're going to go, don't plan on going.
We're talking
on
no
the lake.
ice this year.
Yeah, so don't plan on going.
Yeah.
So this opens this weekend, this Saturday, and it runs through February 12th. It's free to attend. There's some free will offerings around as well. But it's really it's just a great experience and way for you to get out and embrace the bold north.
So evidently, Lake Nokomis has different weather patterns because they're having an ice hockey tournament. Are they still going to have it?
Well, I was wondering about the same thing.
Yeah.
So the U.S. Pond Hockey Championship, which I've covered throughout the years, is happening January 19th. So that opens Friday, and it runs through the 29th. And it's on Lake Nokomis, as you said. But let's just hope that it can still happen. It's a fun tournament.
Is it really good-natured chaos?
Yeah, it is.
It
really is. It's fun.
All right.
And they have a lot of different things that go on if you're not like just a huge hockey fan, but you just want to enjoy like the festivities. It's very, very fun.
May the wind blow in your direction on that one. And how about the World Snow Sculpting Championship? Now, Stillwater.
Yeah, this is my pick of the week. This is my pick of the week.
I like it.
The 2023 World Snow Sculpting Championship is happening in Lowell Park in Stillwater. Just go online. I've also shared some of the different websites, and to look at some of these projects from places all over the country and actually outside of the United States that are coming to build these elaborate sculptures down in Stillwater at Lowell Park. Now, that's close to you.
So they called the Finnish government and they said, we need you to come and judge this competition. People coming from all over the world. They're Finnish.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
I would definitely take advantage of this and go down and see it. Now, you're from that part of the cities, or from Minnesota?
Yeah, Stillwater.
And
and that park is a nice park.
Oh, you're going to go take it in?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, because here's the deal. We're going to put him on the spot. I always ask if you're going to do these things, so next week you're going to report back what you thought of the Art Shanty project.
Okay.
Is
Fine.
deal?
Fine. I'll
Okay.
take pictures.
All right, you
Lunar
take pictures.
New Year celebration.
Yeah, this is the Lunar New Year.
Year of the
and
Rabbit.
So yes, it's the Year of the Rabbit, and this is happening in various locations throughout the Twin Cities. There's a new Asian mall. It's called Asia Mall in kind of in the Eden Prairie area that they're doing a big festivities. But right here in the cities, Midtown Global Market is doing their New Year celebration starting on Saturday, and it runs just that afternoon, and it's free, and they're going to have different things for the kids to do, different activities, dances, but take in the Lunar New Year. It's actually it's pretty cool.
Okay.
And that the Lunar New Year actually doesn't end until February 9th of 2024, but this is the kickoff.
Okay. And then I've seen this, and I've gone to this Minnesota Wild Boot Hockey Classic.
You have?
Yeah.
Really? I
Yeah.
have never been to it, and I was
Yep.
really excited to see this.
Yep.
And clearly, this is by the time you watch the show, it will have already people have already signed up. But it'd be
Right.
fun to just go down and watch it.
Yeah.
So you firsthand have been there. What did you think?
Yeah, it's fun. It's loud and it's exciting. There's a lot of laughter and
Yeah.
It's
And it starts at 10:30 on Saturday, right there at the X. So take that in.
And so Minnesota Timberwolves versus Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, the Timberwolves games
How are they doing
just
this
it's
year?
just so much fun
Yeah.
to go to. Fast, yeah, there's just so much activity.
So much activity,
And,
yeah.
and that is happening at Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Tickets start for right around $17.
I was surprised at that. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
$17.
they go way up from there, though.
Yeah,
They really do.
Right,
Yep,
right,
they
right. Yeah. And then the boat show. Are you buying a canoe this year?
do. No, but the Minnesota Boat Show, I love going to the boat show.
Yeah.
As a reporter, I've covered it for years and years, and it's just so fun to see these unbelievable boats that people have on the river, and unbelievable price tags on many of them as well. And it's relatively inexpensive. It's $15 to get in, but it does give you that feeling, that sense of it's not going to be too long, and we can maybe be out boating.
Right.
But that runs through Sunday, and they have just a lot of different things that go on at the boat show as well. They have different areas for beverages and
Right.
food. It's fun. It's really fun.
Good. Those are all great
I
things.
think they're fun. So now do you want to, I'm going to teach the haberdasher. I asked Anthony when we came in.
Yeah.
How he stores his belts. So he told me he takes his belt, stores it over
I hang it on
a hanger.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
Anthony.
I pair it up with things, folks.
Okay, so Anthony, here's the belt.
Yeah.
This is the way you store a belt.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you wind it up,
Yeah.
wind it up all the way around.
Yeah.
And this is a stiff, newer belt, of course.
And keep in mind, Todd does not have cable at his house. So this is what he does in the evening time. He takes care of his wardrobe.
So you take it off,
Yeah.
and then you simply, I didn't make this big enough,
Yeah.
and you store it inside your belt. So wait, just bear with me. Yep.
Oh. See,
So-
when I went to haberdasher school, we did that for display purposes only, folks.
So then you put it, and you're storing your belt
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
drawer,
Yeah.
and they're not hanging and awkward, and now you have your belt. What do you think?
I think it's wonderful. And
Yeah.
Todd, I told you that I really don't like the fashion industry. You know why?
Why?
Because they're so close-minded, Todd. Close-minded. And that's the joke of the week.
We're gonna have to pay people to watch us if we keep up that kind of
We
humor.
will see you next week when Todd goes over how to tie his scarf.
There you go.